this video, I'm gonna give you the last short explanation, the cards between 25th to 36, and I'm gonna show you how easy to read and work with them. Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lenormand, and it's me, Aya. Today, finally, we're almost there.
Amazing!
Today gonna be my last video about the Lenormand cards, the number 25th, which is a ring, till number 36, which is a cross. So if you're ready, let's go. Okay, card number 25, the ring. All kind of arrangements, all kind of contracts. It might be verbal, but mostly this card shows all kind of paper, assignments. So for example, let's say if you are going to looking a job and you pull this card, yes, someone might offer you some contract or some job. It's not necessarily will be something big. This card is kind of neutral, so you need to pull another card if you need the answer, for example, yes or no. This card doesn't gonna give you example yes or no, but this card is great about marriage or relationship questions. In my experience, because for example, if you think what Sean think about me in the future, does he looking with me to get his future or family or make something serious? And if you pull this card, yes, that might show that Sean thinking about you seriously, or he's looking to have a serious relationship with you long term, because don't forget the ring has a shape circle, so it's like something that keep going on. Positive part of this card, it's like a stability, your life is same, your job is same, you keep doing the same circle. It might be good way, it might be bad way, it depends what's your question, what's your life situation is. The negative part of this card shows like you keep maybe going through same problems again and again, or you always unlucky, keep getting a bad luck with meeting the right people in your life, or right person or spouse. So that's negative part of this. Another advice I give you about this, the ring and the card, is if you're having, for example, if you have a question that you lost something, yes, Lenormand cards can also give you the answer sometimes. Of course, the Lenormand cards not gonna tell you what is exactly the thing is that you lost, but it can give you kind of shape or sign or advice or symbolize where this thing can be or lost. So if you pull this card, that card tries to tell you that the thing that you lost might be in a circle-shaped thing. Let's say it might be box, it might be a room. Okay, card number 26, book. Book usually says all kind of knowledge, university, studying, learning, online courses, online classes, all kind of everything about learning, knowledge and become wise and getting a certificate and stuff like that. Also, this card symbolizes black magic or any kind of, might be white magic too. So for example, if your question was like, why I'm getting so unlucky lately? Do I have an evil eye? If someone cursed me or something, why I become so lucky? Yeah, and you've pulled this card, yes, you might have a chance that someone cursed you or someone did something like a voodoo or black magic, so you have to watch out. If you pull this card, usually answer yes. This card is neutral. This card not gonna give you a strong answer yes or no, so you have to pull another card if you really want to know for sure, if you really want to know the answer. Yes, in my experience, this card also showed up that you might know, or some secrets will open up for you. Not necessarily about you, it might be about your family or someone who you know, or you might badly or nicely surprised, like for example, people were hiding something from you, some information or some secret, some occasion, and if you pull this card, it means something gonna open up soon. It might be good or bad surprise. So card number 27, letter. So letter is all kind of letter, papers, it might be bank statement, it might be emails, documents, bank documents, documents about your family, documents for your house, and everything was made by paper. Sometimes it's also, this card shows about the cards. Yeah, Lenormand cards or any kind of cards, poker cards, whatever it's your situation is or your question. This card also shows that you might get the email, or you need to do lots of paper job. You might need to done the paper job, something that you were thinking, oh, I have to wait a little bit. It means no, you have to be quick, you have to do your stuff, and they cannot be wait. Also, this card also tells you have to pay attention to your documents, what you're signing in, because you have to be detailed, you know, because the paper, you know, that kind of, some papers are more important than others. This is neutral card in my experience, and this usually doesn't give you exact answer yes or no, but it can help you a lot. For example, in my experience, when I asked the cards why, for example, one of my really good friend, and not a good friend, but kind of coworker, why she stopped texting to me, because we didn't have any issues, you know, and she suddenly disappeared. This card showed me, also gave me some kind of answer that she might be busy, or she lost her phone, she cannot text, or she will text me soon, or I can text her first. So you see, that depends how you see the cards and how you feel the cards. So card number 28. I think you know already that each Lenormand deck has a male and female card. So lady and gentleman, right? Let's say some deck provide you 4 pieces of those cards. Let's say 2 female, 2 male, and they usually look different. But in this deck is only 1 male and 1 female. I think it's great because it's not confusing, because I don't want to, like, you know, leftover cards. I want to use all my cards. I think they're all beautiful, so I don't want to neglect none of them. So let's say 28, right? This card usually mostly used if your question about male. It might be brother, it might be dad, it might be your friend, but male. This card also great about the questions. Am I gonna meet the man? All kind of questions about male, you know, boyfriend, husband, you know, partner, whatever. Depends on your question. Negative part of this card shows that you might be too aggressive. You might act like a male. You need to be, if you, for example, depends, right? You need to be too straight. You need to slow down. You need to be like a man. You need to take everything to your handle. Advice of this card to me, as my experience, was given that I need to be, actually, in some situation we need to, you know, take everything in our hand. In some situation you need to be like a male, right? Life is always challenge. Some situation is not waiting. You have to be like quick, fast, and sometimes aggressive. I'm not mean physically, I mean mentally or verbally. So this card, see, can play it out differently in different way in different questions. But this is definitely not my favorite card, but it's a good card, you know. We need that kind of card, right? Because most of the question about the personal life. So next card is same as number 28 as a male. That's why it has a number 29 on it. Is a lady. Well, it's same. All questions about a female, girlfriend, wife, lover, you know, affair, I don't know, colleagues, if you have some question about your colleagues and she's female, let's say, right? In the negative part, this card usually says that some female might be jealous to you, or you being too emotional, too weak, you being, I don't know, being not believing in yourself, being too slow, you know, like a more, let's say, like more, you have too many female skills, you know. And if you're male, for example, you put this card and your question was about what's wrong with me, what I can do to make my life better. If you put this card, it means you maybe need a spouse, you need a girlfriend, or you're going to get it, or you need to stop being childish and be feminine, or I don't know, depends, you know. We are all different, we experiencing different emotion in our life. So okay, card number 30, Lily. That's one of my favorite cards, and I think a lot of people will agree with me, because this card is positive card, and this card is let's say mostly it's very, very beautiful flowers. I like them. I know they smell strong. I know you might get a headache because they smell very strong. Some people are actually allergic to lily, you know. But I like this card because most of my experience is always say yes, yes, or high possibility, high chance to get what I need to or what I want to get to, you know. And this card usually talk about the male who's older than you, or even not older than, has a really good reputation, has a good high society level, great member of society, you know. Usually people who politician or people who have a kind of, you know, kind of reputation of helping and providing almost everything to people. And this card also showed up my mom sometimes, or my auntie who's older and actually a wealthy person. Yes, this card usually a wealthy person, because I will tell you why. And I think you know already, but I want to just give you more details why this card means, like, you know, like high society. And because like 80, 100 years ago, this card was a symbol of the meaning of the being a king, in the, you know, meaning of the people who were high society. They were kings, you know, like a queen, and on the sign, you know, when they were signing the paper, kings sign the paper, that was their part of the symbol. So for example, if you're wearing a clothes with symbol with a lily, it means you are not a regular person. It means you have access to almost to everywhere because you have money, you have a power. Also, another part of this card, I don't know why it's a little bit confusing me sometimes, is played out as a sexuality, sex, you know, kind of sex attractiveness, you know, like really good sex attract when people have really great sex relationship. In my experience, it didn't play much about that kind of style, but I did hear a lot here about that. So pay attention. I think it's interesting though. So next, 31. Sun. Of course, if I will tell that that's not my favorite card, one of my favorite, I will lie, because this is one of my favorite card. Sun is the sun, right? Who doesn't love vacation? Who doesn't want to be under the sun? Who doesn't want to get his or her own place or space under the sun? What I try to tell you by these words, it means like when you get this card, it means you will be under the sun. Of course, it doesn't give you, I told you, the cards, each card has a time. Each card has a period of the time when the card will play it out. So sun means you will answer, of course, yes, and it will play out usually long, at least 6 months to 7, 8 months or a year in my experience. But this, it's great card. If you get this, doesn't matter what kind of question you have about personal relationship, about personal issues, about job, business, or any kind of, this card means yes, and you have a great time to brighten up, because you will be like sun, people will pay attention, you will help a lot of people, you will clear up your mind, you are under that kind of sun, you know, so you have to always pay attention. If you get this card usually I pull by myself this card, very rare, only 3 or 4 times, but I know some people luckier than others, right? They were born more under the luckier stars than others. So I know people who got this card and they always the winner. They always get the right answer and the right results, and it's great. Card number 32, Moon. Well, that's actually one of my, I have a 2 kind of name. First, my nickname is Aya, right? But my real name is Tolkien, so it's combined from 2 words. If you translate to, for example, the moon, it means like a moon in my real language, like Kazakh language, in my native language. So I love this card, of course. Moon is moon. Moon is all about mystical thing, mysterious thing, secrets, everything what happened on the night. Everything happened after the sun goes away, you know. So it might be secrets, it might be personal relationship, you know, the people like who's hiding their relationship with someone else, you know, for some reason, let's say that way. Or people have lots of secrets, you know, and they're hiding. And the mystical things. That's why I called my channel Lenormand, because I do believe that this channel is not a regular channel. It's everything about esoteric, about cards, you know, about stuff like that, you know, magic stuff, let's say that way. Positive part of this card, it means it usually talks about your mom or sister or the lady who is taking care about you, who you can trust and talk, trust your secrets. They say that you have some intimate relationship. Negative part of this card shows that person cannot sleep, of course, has a sleeping issues. Usually in my practice it showed that the alcoholic issues, all kind of like drug issues, that this card proved me that that person has a really serious issues, and that person needs maybe medical help. So you have to always be careful with this card and pay attention. So card number 33, key. The key, of course, it's easy, right? You see the key, it's simple. This is a positive card. It always says yes to your answer, or you have everything to solve your problem, or you have everything to get a help, to open your business. You have a keys, let's say that way, to open the doors that you need to open. So this is positive card, and the great thing about this card, if you pull this card, doesn't matter what kind of question you have, doesn't matter what kind of situation you have, this card usually positive, or you have a high chance to open, or someone gonna help you, will get a help It might be person, it might be thing, it might be, I don't know, some TV or some source resources, you know. Negative part of this card usually shows that you might be lost the key. It depends again what kind of card you pull between, you know, this card, after or before. So you might say that don't miss opportunity, you have to be careful, you know, don't miss your chance, because you're almost there to open, you have a keys for happiness, you need to be quick. The negative part again of this card is don't lose it, you know, you have everything, you key person in relationship. If you leave that relationship, you know, everything on you. Positive, as I told you, yes, and you have everything, you have the key. And if you have a key, then I think that's the most important thing that you have to know. Card number 34, fish. It's one of my also favorite card because it means all kind of financial thing. Fish is money, bank, investment, you know, deposit. So this is a really good card if you have a question about job, money, if you thinking like what kind of person Aya, like should I trust her? It means yeah, Aya has a money, right? Aya is a hardworking person. Aya has an incoming, Aya has a stability about, and she knows how to make a money. Negative part of this card shows usually that person might have a trouble with money, or person might be a gambler, because you know, fishes are fast, you have to catch them, you have to be like, you know, be kind of aware, always conscious around the fish. Usually this card talks about the male who's older a little bit, not necessary, but usually a person who has a money or knows how to make a money, which is I think great. Negative part of this card shows that you have a problem with making the kids, or you want to have a kids but you're struggling with it for somehow reason, you know, you need to seek medical help, I don't know, because a fish, they always usually, you know, they're a lot and they always hang out together. So it's often talks about, like, you know, fertility, about having a baby or issues with baby. One of the part also subline this card is talks about people or person who, like a fish, try to hide their secrets. They are very, like, you know, not trust people, and you have to be careful with them. They're tricky, not necessarily bad, but they're tricky people. You know, because as we all know, try to catch the fish without any equipment. Try to catch the fish on the sea or ocean by your, you know, bare hand. It's not easy because they're slippery, they're fast. So people who describe by this card like a fish, it's not easy to catch them, and they are fast and they know which way to go, you know. So we're almost there. The card number 35, anchor or anchor. So this card is all about stability. It's mostly, like I told you earlier in my another video, if your question is about job, there is two great cards, as you can take it as a significator or significant for job, as a fox and an anchor. I like fox, but I noticed that sometimes the anchor actually perfectly describe all kind of answers about job or about stability or about some, you know, ideas about job and stuff. Negative part of this card is it's the timing. It makes it slowly, and if you pull this card, let's say your question was when, like, say I will find the daycare for my son. How long? In, let's say 6 months. In the 6 months, am I gonna find daycare for my son or school? If you pull this card, it means that might take longer, or that might take definitely a long time, maybe 6 months, maybe. So you have to take your time. The negative part of this card, that it make it slow, it make it hard, because don't forget that if you saw anchor in your life, that anchor is metal thing, right? Very heavy, and it was created for keeping the ships, right? Ships are huge in the sea or on the ocean, so they're not gonna go away by the wave or by the, I don't know, the you know, wind. So same meaning of this card. But the great thing about this card is this card has a positive meanings, most of the negative, because it says yes, it will long time, but it will work it out. It also talks about very, like, positive things, like a relationship. If your question was like, how we gonna go my relationship between, like, Sean and Helena, if you put this card, it means yes, it's gonna be a long relationship, it's gonna work it out, it's gonna be stability, they might get married. It's something serious. It's not going to be easy to pull this relationship out. It's not going to be easy to stuck between those people and try to do something so they're gonna fall apart, you know, or they broke up. So yeah. And the last card is card number 36, cross. Crossing, cross. This is a negative card in my opinion, but sometimes it played out in a positive way. This card is everything about religion, our karma. The karma can be bad. Some people have a good karma, some people have a bad karma, so it depends. So if you pull this card, it means you have a special time in your life, or it's coming, or it's leaving, or you have to work it out, some kind of karma, you know, like if you're going through a really hard time in your life and you've pulled this card, it means the God checking on you, or you did something bad in the past on your life, so now you have to pay, you're paying that, you know. But if your karma is really good, or not that bad, let's say like some other people karma, then this means that is something really great going on in your life or coming. People by this card describe usually people who work in a church, school, people who really dedicate their life to helping people, like drug, rehabilitation centers, medical workers, surgeries, people who really helping people, you know, in their serious situation in their life, donation companies. So those people are who work in that kind of places. They almost all of them described by this card. In my experience, also I got this card when 2 years ago I just gave birth to my son, and I was almost depressed because a lot of things happened, you know, in my life. I was busy, but it was my first child, and I couldn't work, and the pandemic happened. To be honest with you, it was one of my toughest time of my life, and I pulled this card more than one time and I didn't get it, but now I understand that it was the toughest time in my life, and the cards try to tell me you have to go through, you know, you have to carry that, let's say, cross. If you carry, things gonna get better, you know, God will help you. So yes, that's what was my experience. Another part of this card shows usually that the person, for example, you meet and you pull this card, you're asking, for example, what's gonna happen, what kind of relationship I have with my spouse or with my girlfriend right now. That person might be sent by God, or depends also by what's another cards around the cross card, what kind of card you pull after or before this card. It might say that not necessarily this card says that you have a great relationship and this person is sent you by God just make you happy. Some people sent to us by God to give us some lesson, you know, though they give us bad experience, it still help us, you know, we have to go through. So this card tells you that you can avoid that situation or that circumstances in your life, but you will learn something and you have to go through. You have to don't give up, you have to pray and be strong. So that's my card of the explanation of 36 and my explanation of this card, and that's it. I hope it was helpful for you. I hope I gave you a little bit of help to learning these beautiful cards. As you see, these cards are not easy to read, but you have to make an effort and you have to believe in them. On my next video will be even more interesting. You know why? Because I'm gonna show you and prove you that this card works, and you have to just believe what you see and what you do. And I'm gonna explore the beautiful San Francisco with my Lenormand cards, so don't miss my next video. See you soon.